Okay, so Resident Evil, the final chapter. Oh my god. So Resident Evil, the final chapter continues the story of the rogue warrior named Alice, and after years of fighting the undead infected by the T-virus, she wanders the world in hopes of finding that one last chance of restoring humanity. Until she learns that there's a new antivirus out there that has the ability to wipe out every single zombie that is infected with the T-virus, but she learns that it's also located in an underground Umbrella facility. And during her quest, she stumbles upon a group of survivors, and then she's like, hey, you guys want to come with me and get that antivirus? And then they're just like, shit. Now we're gonna die. As Alice and her new friends venture forth to the original Umbrella facility, old enemies are then brought into the fight, making it the ultimate battle for mankind's fate. So Resident Evil, the final chapter, is surprisingly the sixth I almost put a 7. It feels like it's 7. It's the 6th installment in the Resident Evil series, and quite honestly, I'm shocked. We're this far into the series. It's a series that started back in 2002, I believe, and just, holy shit, just thinking about it, we're this far, it's impressive. Usually films that are based off a video game, they usually have 1 or 2 films in the series, and they usually stop at 2 films, but Resident Evil has 6 now. Let that process in your mind. And in all honesty, I really wasn't that excited for this new Resident Evil film because it really isn't that great of a series to begin with. And oh my god, this is probably the worst one in the franchise. I mean, granted, some of the Resident Evil films really aren't that great to begin with, like I just mentioned, but some of them at least have some fun, dumb action popcorn moments in there. It's just really cool to watch when you and your buddies are hanging out or something. And it's because of that fun, stupid, dumb action, or you guys just want to roast a film. It's really great in those categories. But this new Resident Evil, I'm shocked on how terrible it was. Nothing in the film really grabbed my attention, like none of the characters or the story, the action, some of the things that makes it a simple popcorn flick, none of it was there. This film immediately tosses you into the new story of Alice retrieving this new antivirus, and you're just like, wait a second. Didn't the last film end with her, Leon S. Kennedy, Ada Wong, Jill Valentine, and Wesker trapped on top of the White House surrounded with zombies? What happened with that? I want to know what happened in that scenario. It would have made more sense if the film started off at that point, but nope, none of that. Instead, you get Alice wandering the post-apocalyptic world like Mad Max, and it's like, yeah, it's such a missed opportunity. I believe the film in its entirety is a missed opportunity because you call your movie the final chapter, you kind of want to end your series with a big bang, but instead you kind of get everything that's boring. Story-wise, characters, action, you name it. It's the type of film that we've seen many times in the Resident Evil series because how many times have we seen Alice try and go and find a cure and she finds herself in a weird predicament and then we get ourselves another film. Except the only difference is that it's called the final chapter. It's supposedly the last film. Probably not. They just put the title out there just to sell tickets. Is it a smart business move? I mean, sure, I guess. Is it a deceiving one? Absolutely, because guess what? It's not the final film. Oh man, I knew you guys saw that coming from a mile away because this really isn't the final chapter. You guys know we're gonna get more Resident Evil movies. But one of the things that absolutely bugged me the most is the fast and obnoxious editing in the film. I just don't know where to begin on how bad it was. I'm not even kidding when I say that there's literally 7 different cuts of Alice throwing a punch at somebody where it seems like every take the crew has shot left at least 1 second of each in the final product, and it's annoying. I just don't know what happened. Was the editor like sneezing in the editing room and making the action look all jumbled and fucked up, and then they're just like, oh yeah, that's perfect, leave it in the final product. It's just so fast and quickly done, it doesn't serve the film to be better, it makes the action extremely unnoticeable. You don't know what's going on. It makes the action and the film to be very unenjoyable. Look, I don't mind when certain films are vastly edited, but they at least have a purpose to it. They just don't have it just to have it in there and Alice just punching people in the face in 7 different angles. When you can't tell what the hell is going on within the action, how can you enjoy a film that way? How is that entertainment? And it may seem like I'm being extremely picky about stupid shit like editing, but trust me guys, it's extremely noticeable. It's one of the worst I've ever seen in a film. I would say like the best thing about this new Resident Evil is the character Alice because she does have an interesting backstory and you kind of somewhat care about her character at this point in the series. But when you have all this shit thrown at you like a boring story, terrible acting, awful direction shown through the editing and camera work, there's really nothing to take with you at the end of the film. You're just watching a Resident Evil film play out and you're like, okay, maybe one action scene was pretty cool. Yeah, you see, like my point exactly. you don't remember a single action scene in the film. It's pretty atrocious. That's never a good sign for the film, because Resident Evil, the final chapter, is an absolute abomination to cinema. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to my rant of Resident Evil, the final chapter. Yeah, sure, we're gonna get more later on. I wanna know what you guys think about the film and what is your favorite in the Resident Evil film series. We can have that discussion down below. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that social media shit down below. Keep in contact with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, may the Force be with you.